Hey yogis, welcome to week 3 of the foundations of our flowing sun salutes together. As you would have known if you checked in last week, I'm really excited about our upward facing dog and downward facing dog this week. I love them. I love upward facing dog because it's awesome for stretching out my abdominal muscles and stimulating all the organs around that area. It's also a good way to strengthen my spine and tone my arms, which I love. It can also strengthen your wrists. If you do have any injuries in your wrists or your back at all today, we're going to sit it out. I'm going to give you an alternative. It's called baby cobra, so watch out for that one. And your downward facing dog is awesome. It's so good for stretching out the whole of your back body. So think decompressing your spine, lengthening your side waist, really good for stretching out your hamstrings and your calves. And if you're anything like me and you like to wear high heels sometimes, you can feel like your calves are a little bit shorter. So if I've had a night out, next morning I'll roll out my mat and do a few downward facing dogs just to stretch out my calves and lengthen them again. Our downward facing dog is also going to stretch out the chest and the shoulders. So all round great postures. Let's just get straight into them. So we're going to start in a kneeling posture today, just sitting back onto your heels, kind of rolling your shoulders back, lengthening your spine and even closing your eyes just to kind of tune into the sound of your breath. We're breathing in and out of the nose. Smooth, easy breaths where possible. Come forward onto all fours, hands under your shoulders, and then start to walk one leg back straight and then the other to come into that high plank that we practiced last week. So draw your navel to spine, really press down into your hands, lots of strength, a breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees, slowly lower down, chest first, then the stomach. You're on top of the feet, lift just your chest, back of the neck long, not even really using your hands. And then exhale, lower down. So if you have wrist injuries or back injuries, staying with that. Otherwise, fingertips out in front, navel to spine. Inhale, lift up slowly, shoulders soft. Exhale, slowly lower down if that felt okay. Fingertips a little closer. Again, slowly lift up as you inhale, navel to spine. Tailbone under, and then exhale, slowly coming back down. Now for the upward facing dog, shift the hands down towards the waist, press into the top of the feet, press into the hands, lift up as you inhale and squeeze the shoulder blades together, thighs off. Now not what to do is to drop the thighs and hunch the shoulders. So really press into the hands, lift the thighs, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then access your core to lift your hips up and send your chest back towards the thighs. Okay, into your downward facing dog. So just checking in that the feet are around hip distance, the hands around shoulder distance. I kind of like to move around a little bit into this when I first come into it. I even check the hands to make sure the fingers are really spread. And then I just drop the head again, kind of moving my hips from one side to the other, stretching out both side waists, and then eventually finding just a little bit of stillness. And if my lower back is tender or my hamstrings are tight, I can bend the knees a little bit. If they're okay, maybe just straighten the legs a little more, heels towards the floor. Find that length all down the back of the legs. Really drop the head so the back of the neck feels really long. And to put that all together, inhale, come forward to your high plank, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, drop your knees to the ground, lower the chest all the way down, elbows close. Stay with cobra if you're injured, otherwise hands to the waist. Press into your up dog, inhale, shoulder blades together. And exhale, pressing back into downward facing dog. Really feel that length through your side waist, beautiful stretch. Starting to open up a little more through the chest as you ease the chest back towards the thighs. And when you've had enough of that, coming onto your knees, resting in child's pose, forehead to the floor. And then to completely relax your shoulders, go ahead and take one hand and then the other down by your side. Completely relax. So guys, if anything ever feels like it's not right for you, if it's hurting, please come out of the posture. You can always ask me a question here through this blog. Or if you've got access to a yoga teacher, you can ask them and show them how you're going in and out of the postures. That's great as well. We always want to make sure that we're practicing carefully and mindfully and with the breath so that we can continue to practice here on this blog together. Next week I am going to be seeing you here for the warrior postures, warrior 1, warrior 2, and an extra little warrior that I like to throw into my sun salute. Warriors are great for strengthening our character and strengthening our legs as well as stretching part of our legs as well. So I'll be seeing you for that next week.